It is 4 p.m. We're bringing developing news.
And the stories behind the headlines. This is Storycon. I'm Regina Lane.
I'm Ed Lingao. The stories for Thursday.
This Thursday, August 28th, 2025.
The BIR has reportedly started lifestyle checks on contractors who are showing off luxury properties. BIR Commissioner Romeo Lumagi says the probe will match contractors' reported income with their assets. The BIR will also expand the investigation to include public officials. Lumagi warns that those found tax efficient will face audits, penalties, and possible criminal charges. This comes after President Bongbong Marcos's call for lifestyle checks amid an investigation on alleged anomalous flood control projects.
Several government officials have reacted to President Marcos's order for lifestyle checks on everyone in the executive branch. Vice President Sara Duterte, for one, backed the call, saying both elected and appointed officials should be subjected to deeper scrutiny. Meanwhile, Senator Risa Ontiveros said she's open to undergoing lifestyle check and disclosing her SAL-N, or Statement of Assets, Liabilities, and Net Worth. That's all to promote transparency. She also said it would be a display of leadership if Marcos sets an example by making his own SAL-N public.
Hindi masama ang lifestyle checks. Kahit papano nakakatulong maglikha ng environment, ng transparency. Kasi kung alam namin na maya't maya, kailangan sabihin namin o ipakita namin sa publiko ano ang aming lifestyle. Pero syempre, dapat may kasamang negative na reinforcement naman. Kung yan ay incentive or positive reinforcement, yung negative reinforcement ay yung sinabi din ni Senator Ping sa interpellation kahapon, yung kasiguruhan na mahuhuli, mapoprosecute.
Hindi lang yung mga yung on the surface na sasabihin natin kung ano yung nakalagay sa SAL-N. Dapat deep dive kung sino yung mga dummy. Ilabas yung mga dummy ng mga public officials.
And here are other stories you're watching this Thursday, August 28th. The Chinese Coast Guard ship, which collided with a People's Liberation Army Navy ship in the West Philippine Sea on August 11, is reportedly under repair at Hainan Island. According to Reuters, the vessel, identified as CG-3104, was spotted with a crushed bow in a dry dock at the Yulin Naval Base near Sanya. The Philippine Coast Guard earlier denied responsibility in the collision and condemned the Chinese Coast Guard for chasing the BRP Suluan.
The Judicial and Bar Council, or JBC, has begun public interviews today for candidates seeking the position of ombudsman following the retirement of Ombudsman Samuel Martirez. Michael Aguinaldo, Romeo Benitez, and Joni Caroche Vestido are among the first to be interviewed. As per the JBC's list, there are 17 applicants for the post, including Justice Secretary Boying Remulla. Interviews will run until September 2, with recordings only available for release after all sessions are completed. And the low-pressure area over the West Philippine Sea west of Subic Bay has developed into Tropical Depression Jacinto. It may exit the Philippine area of responsibility tonight before intensifying into a tropical storm tomorrow evening. Jacinto and the southwest monsoon, or habagat, will bring rains over many parts of the country.
And joining us today, far, far away, Storycon's resident political pundit, Tito Ronald Llamas.
Far, far away.
Good morning.
Good morning. Far, far away na.
Nasa first world ako ngayon eh.
Iba ba ang time zone mo? Good morning. Nasa Paranaque ka lang eh.
Parang nasa presinto, no? You look like you're... Are you being interrogated, Ronald?
Papasaba ko sa lifestyle check. Mga political pundit ba kasama sa lifestyle check?
Na lifestyle check ka din. That's why you're there.
Mga heckler. Oh, ipasok natin isa nating kasamaan sa Philippine Star, si Editor-in-Chief Ami Pamintuan.
Good afternoon. Happy Thursday. Nandito rin sa same building si Ronald actually.
Ba't di pa nagtabi?
Sabi ko nga magtabi na lang kayo. So we could be all in the same frame.
Hindi. Yung merong mechanical limitations.
Baka yung microphone ng,
Technical.
ng desktop ni Ami. Ito lang eh.
You just finished your interview, no, Ami? Truth on the line.
Saka baka hindi naligo si Ronald eh. So, ayun lumapit ni Ami.
Hindi.
Tuan.
Doon sa Truth on the Line, magkasama kami sa isang
So
isang
there.
frame kasya.
Behave ako baka mapakalitan na naman ako ng principal.
Bok, all this talk about
Lifestyle checks?
SALNs, well, it's all good, pero people tend to forget that when you do a lifestyle
Matagal
check.
na yan eh.
When you do a lifestyle check, dapat meron kang you have to look at the time series data eh. Hindi lang yung mayaman ka ba ngayon, pero 3 years ago ba, last year ba, mayaman ka na? Kailan tumaas ang net worth mo? At does it coincide with, for example, entering public office? So, hindi lang basta-basta mayaman ka, ibig sabihin, mali ka. It's
Tama.
not automatic.
Kaya kailangan may SALN
Mahalaga yung salary.
to compare.
Oh,
Mahalaga yung
Kahit hindi masyadong accurate yung SALN, you can compare kasi kapag nagsinungaling sila sa SALN, pwede silang kasuhan eh.
for future yan, pwede.
The problem is we have a big hole because for the last 6 years, walang available na SALN, right? Because Ombudsman Martires prohibited the public from accessing the official SALNs.
Memorandum
Actually, we
Circular,
allow the
number 1.
officials to voluntarily release their SALNs. Ang nag-voluntarily release lang si Vice President Leni Robredo.
Oo, at that time during the Duterte administration.
Yung acting ombudsman, yan ang una niyang gawin. Nabaguhin niya yung ginawa ni Ombudsman Martires. Na pwede lang makuha ang SALN kung papayag yung sinasaln. No? So, sana yan yung dahil may bago kang acting ombudsman eh.
But that was a curious order. I don't know if anybody was ever able to plumb the reason for or the logic behind that restriction. Na for you to access somebody's SALN in government, you have to get his permission.
Feeling lang niya, gusto niya eh.
Ganun lang.
Kasi wala namang basis. If you look at the law, nakalagay doon, you have to make it public eh.
Yeah. It has to be made public.
Sa batas,
You have to be able to
actually.
access it. Of
Walang
course,
mag-challenge kasi lahat ng mga affected official, gusto nila.
But of course, when you make it public, may certain restrictions din yan. They are allowed to redact certain details, like for example, addresses, names of minor children. Allowed naman na i-redact yun
okay lang, okay
kasi
lang yan.
that's private, those are private matters already eh.
Yung propose kasi ng lifestyle check, Ed, hindi lang yung naging isang tao ang involved eh. Yung immediate family niya kasama dyan eh. Pero easily, pwede yung i-triangulate yung BIR, yung LRA para sa mga lupa at saka mga bahay, no? Tatlo, yung LTO para sa mga sasakyan, yung Bureau of Immigration para sa mga biyahe mo, no? At kung may suspicion about your bank accounts mo, pwede pabuksan yan sa AMLA. May powers yung ombudsman para gawin yan in relation sa SALN. So pag na-triangulate yan at saka yung immediate family mo, malalaman mo kung ano talaga yung kayamanan na declared at ano yung kayamanan na actual.
If
So,
the ombudsman wants to. That is
kayang gawin yan.
that is the crux here. If the ombudsman wants to, yes, he has the power to look into it. Katulad ng nangyayari ngayon, no? So what's going viral on social media now is the so-called Nepo babies ng mga alleged flood control, those who allegedly benefited from flood control projects, whether they're children of contractors or children of lawmakers. One such person that's in the spotlight right now is si Claudine Ko. I don't know if you guys saw that.
Yeah.
Na allegedly niece ni Congressman Zaldi Ko, who's been posting about all her travels overseas and the expensive bags, basically the high life, right? And now na private na yung Instagram niya, so people can't see anymore. But social media users, a lot of them took screenshots before pa close yung account. And these are, I guess, what they call resibo, right? By the way, before I forget, there is may PSA, public service reminder din tayo sa social media users, no? Which is that wag naman let's not jump to conclusions right away. There's a person by the name of Camille who said she woke up one day just today to say na she got bombarded by hateful messages kasi kala ng mga tao siya yung na related to itong sa issue na to. Hindi naman pala, she's not related in any way, but people started bombarding her. So hinay-hinay lang, let's be prudent. And again, all of these are allegations. But my only point about it is that now the the investigation is growing wider. So people are also looking into, okay, sino ba yung mga kamag-anak ng mga lawmakers and contractors na ito, and what have they posted about publicly.
Total,
Alala ko lang, Reg, nung dating na kumukuha ko ng NBI clearance. Meron palang kapangalan ako, Ronaldo M. Llamas na nakakulong sa Muntinlupa.
Nakakulong. Kasalukuyan
So,
nakakulong.
kailangan ko pa kumuha ng clearance sa judge sa Quezon City para ma-issuean ako ng NBI. Eksaktong pangalan.
You sure hindi ikaw yun?
May picture ka? Baka mamaya kamukha
Oo
niya.
nga, sigurado ka ba hindi ikaw yun?
Huwag niya tanungin ko anong kaso.
Pero that's common ha, lalo na kung yung name mo is common eh. Madalas mangyari talaga yan.
Ako, Bok, minsan napalabas ako, I think this was 10, 15 years ago, palabas ako sa immigration. Sabi sa akin, Eduardo D. Lingao, muntikan ka na. Bakit, sir? Meron ditong Eduardo R. Lingao eh. Murder ang kaso. Hindi ko yun.
Hindi, at least ngayon niya meron na tayong yung fingerprint, saka
Biometrics.
may biometrics na tayo ngayon. Oo. Kaya pero yung Salen, ewan ko kung iniintay natin ha.
Pero Bok, ito nga eh.
Siguro.
Everybody wants to talk about lifestyle check from the president to the vice president, di ba? All these people keep saying na mag-lifestyle check tayo.
But honestly, it's very hard.
Oh yeah,
They made it very hard.
But let's start from, it's total galing sa kanila eh. Let's start with them. Lifestyle check tayo, maglabas kayo ng SALN.
Correct.
Maglabas
Yun
kayo
na
ng
nga.
SALNs.
Yeah. From top, from the executive.
Oo.
The executive should start it.
Yung context niyang order na yun ng ombudsman he came from the Supreme Court eh. And he moved out of the Supreme Court pagkatapos nilang tanggalin si Sereno, di ba, as Chief Justice by way of quo warranto lang. And kasama dun sa issue na yon yung SALN ni Sereno.
Na hindi niya final ng
Yung
sa
SALN na
professor.
issue, ginamit din kay Renato Corona, di ba? Remember? Kaya merong ganun na, in fact, ang unang-unang nagsara ng mga SALN nila were the Supreme Court justices.
Yeah.
Tama.
Sila yon eh. Sila yung nag-umpisa who made it very hard to access. Kasi ang sabi nila, hanggang ngayon nakakausap ko yung ibang wina-weaponize daw yung public access to the SALN. Kaya gano'n. At may alam din ako na mga tao sa executive branch na yun din ang pakiramdam nila na baka daw gamitin sa kanila sa harassment. So titignan natin kung ano ang willingness netong administrasyon since there's this campaign for transparency and accountability. Kung i-reverse nila yung it's not actually an order kasi you can i-release your SALN anytime eh. Wala naman pumipigil sa'yo eh. Kaya lang talagang pinanghahawakan nila, may ganun daw order. It's not actually stopping any of them.
It is not an order.
Using their SALN.
It's a circular by the ombudsman saying na you don't have
na
to.
i-weaponize yung contradictions at saka inconsistency sa kanyang SALN. Diba? Yun naman ang purpose ng SALN eh. Makita yung inconsistencies at saka contradictions para ma-weaponize.
So it's just a circular.
It's a
Hindi
memorandum
siya
circular
rule.
of 2020, MC number 1 of 2020 by the Ombudsman, si Samuel Martirez. Bok, balikan ko na ng konti. Although sabihin ng iba kasi favorite topic ito eh. In 1965, I'm basing it on GR 152-154, yung Supreme Court decision on the Marcos Hidden Wealth. In 1965, Ferdinand Marcos and wife filed their asset declaration. Hindi pa salin tawag nun eh. Filed their asset declaration amounting to 160,000 pesos only in 1965. So, ang sabi ng Supreme Court in 2003, paano lumabaw from 160,000 to so many billion? That's the reason
Ako alam
why.
ko.
Sige, Ami, go.
Tuwan pa lang ang ang
Hindi totoo yun.
exchange rate.
Sige, Ami, go. Exchange rate.
Hindi ka, no? That's one of the perpetual
Yung
myths,
exchange
diba?
rate 2 to 1.
Baka in-invest sa Bitcoin.
Okay, talaga.
Pwede.
May maniwala sa inyo, kay talaga.
Bitcoin is up 10,000% or what?
That was the reason why the Supreme Court ruled in 2003 na yung Marcos Swiss accounts were ill-gotten. The fruit of illegal it was illegally sourced.
And to this day, Senator Amy explains it away by saying, well, her father had a very successful private law practice.
Which was debunked by the Supreme Court decision, the same decision Supreme Court, where they said na the father did not even have a law office and did not have any significant filings of his tax returns before he became a politician.
Before he entered politics, correct. So, yun pa rin yung sinasabi ni Senator Amy about it. But, yeah, so again, it comes back to the example that you set, right? Can this lifestyle check start from the very top?
Ang mga media ba mag-lifestyle check din?
Pwede rin. We are very open to it. At least kami ni Ed. I'm sure si Ami din.
Okay lang ako, sige.
Ilang percent ang open?
Si Ronald, ilalab life check natin yan.
Ano siya ngayon number one dapat i-lifestyle check eh. Love check and lifestyle check.
Walang ganyan.
Uy, okay. So, hindi lang SALN. Let's not forget. Remember, you weren't here, Bok, pero we were talking to COMELEC Chair George Garcia last week where I was questioning the portal for the SOCES, the Statement of Contributions and Expenditures during the elections. My issue there is, if you go to the COMELEC website for it, wala naman laman, right? So they only have documents for senators, party lists, and political groups. Wala for congressmen, for instance. And when you click on each of the senators' names, for instance, it will turn up a document that tells, which they declare themselves, that tells you how much they declared in cash or in-kind contributions, and that's it. You can't see who contributed what.
Walang details.
Wala pang details.
This is a summary lang.
This is just a summary. This is just the first page. And then COMELEC Chair Garcia said, kasi our data privacy laws are a bit stringent, so they're trying to avoid any legal issues around there. So what they can do is, if somebody requests it from them, pwede nila ibigay. So if you're a media outlet, for instance, that's doing an investigation on this, then you can make a request. But again, it adds that layer of difficulty for us as well. So I still have, kunyari, I want to cross-check yung sources with the list of contractors that President Marcos laid out. For instance, susulat pa ako, I have to write a formal letter to them asking for the whole database of it. So,
pero Ed, tama ba yun? Para ikaw, Ed, nare-research mo yan eh. Yung privacy law ba natin ay pwedeng gamitin dyan sa mga public documents na ganyan? Kaya nga sila nag-report sa COMELEC eh. Para maging public yan.
I'm not exactly sure about all the details kasi nga there are some details, like for example sa SALN nga, before they started restricting the SALNs before, meron reductions eh. Meron talagang mga bina-blackout before they're released.
Pwede naman i-redact yung address, yung telephone number.
There might be some data that might be subject to privacy laws, but I suppose the pertinent data that Reg is referring to, that should be made public.
I agree, which was the whole
public
point.
Yun eh.
Oh, like
Yun yung purpose nun.
That's the point nga, Pasose.
that's the point of Pasose. And di ba, remember, leading up to the elections, he kept telling us, the media, now, we're gonna publish all the sources. The public has to help us parse through it, cross-check it, to make sure na, kung may nakita kang congressman in your district or local official in your district na parang, teka lang, malito, to help report that, right? Pero yun nga,
Yes.
I don't understand ba't nilagyan ng extra layer of...
And what's the difference between the public seeing it on the website versus a reporter requesting it to be released to him?
requesting it, I guess they can say no. There is that option to say no, right?
Yun.
If you're an ordinary citizen, if you're a civil society
Oh,
organization that
but they
wants
have
it.
as much right as we do.
Exactly. Pwede nilang sabihin no, right? And cite various rules around it.
Kasi mga vloggers, I mean, not to put them all in one one can, di ba? There are good vloggers who will also go into the details and parse through all the data.
That can help investigate it. And that's the whole point. So I agree, pwede naman i-redact yung private details, tapos ang iwan lang is the list, the breakdown of who did you get money from,
Who and
who
how
contributed
much.
to your campaign, and how much
And
did they
the network,
contribute,
Yung
right?
purpose noon.
Yeah,
Yun exactly yung purpose niyan.
Exactly.
Pero Ed, sabi mo may mga good vloggers. Sino yung mga bad vloggers?
Talaga. Ito
Check
trouble mo
lang
ako, dami
talaga
na
yan.
nakao eh.
Merong nilaunch kahapon ng Department of Budget and Management, yung digital information para ma-access yung online, yung lahat ng details ng mga public funded infrastructure. Tignan niyo kung naka-upload na siya. DIME, ang ano niya, Project DIME.
Dime.
Project DIME, you can monitor ang data daw dyan from satellite, drone, and geotagging. Pwedeng i-monitor yung mga project in real time. Makikita. At you can post comments online as well kung ikaw yung nagmo-monitor. Nilaunch siya ng DBM kahapon.
What do you call it, Ami? Project?
DIME, D-I-M-E, Digital Information Management. I forgot kung ano yung isa. DIME, D-I-M-E, DIME.
Dime, oh. Oh.
Yeah.
Digital Information for Monitoring and Evaluation.
Yes,
So-
nilaunch yan kahapon and they're encouraging the public to look at it dahil ilalagay daw dyan lahat ng state-funded infrastructure project.
Ayan, oh.
It was actually launched in 2018 but formally launched by the Marcos administration yesterday.
Ayan, select the region.
Can
You can
you-
pull it down.
can you flash it on the
Yan,
screen?
sige, testingin mo.
Hindi ka, masyado naman high-tech. Kailangan ng kable.
Hindi, lalabas dyan sa ano, di ba, sa likod mo.
Wala, hindi kaya, Ami. That's what I was asking.
Ay, hindi
ibig
kaya,
sabihin,
hindi
type it in
kaya.
mo nga.
Pang pa lang yan.
Ibig sabihin, type it in.
Forma lang.
Masakit sa leg to eh.
Hindi, ginagamit siya ni Ed eh. Ginagamit siya ni Ed, yung
Ito.
ano, yung screen eh.
Yan.
Yan, sige. Tingnan mo yung nasa Bulacan, yung inano ni... yung nasa Oriental Mindoro, yung chinek ni Ping Lacson, kumakuha mo.
Oh, ito.
Oh,
Project
You can
Time.
comment daw.
This
Please.
Pwede ka maglagay, mahiya naman kayo
I-
or whatever.
I see. This is under the Philippine Open Government Partnership. Naalala ko nga yun.
That was in 2018 pa.
Yes.
Ito yung bago.
That was a number of years
It's
ago.
actually relaunched. 2018 they launched it and then it had to be revived in 2023 through an executive order and now formally launched yesterday.
Maganda yan para makita ng mga kwan.
Pandagdag daw yan dun sa sumbong sa Pangulo.
Para makita ng mga good vloggers.
Yan. And you can comment kung meron kang dagdag na input o gusto mo sigurong mag-express ng frustration, yan mga ganyan.
Project
Pwede
overview,
raw.
project budget, project resources, project timeline.
Yan, nandyan, no. May geotagging pa daw siya.
But I haven't seen one yet eh. Teka, balik tayo sa ano.
Sige.
Ito.
Tingnan mo yung sa Maynila, nagwawala si Isko Moreno.
So, Bulacan tayo. Bulacan, anong gusto mong sa Bulacan?
First district, tingnan natin.
Sige, sa Bulacan na lang.
Descending, barangay, sa...
Select.
Ano ba sa first district?
Baliwag.
Baliwag?
Baliwag. Sige, tingnan mo.
You do not have enough balance to... Sorry.
Taga,
Ito.
clunky siya. Ayan na.
Okay, Baliwag. Merong 100 million
Wow, 100
ongoing.
million right
Oh,
away.
100 million.
Teka, ano to?
Start date is January 1 this year.
Revetment. Purok 1 to Purok 2, Barangay San Roque, Baliwag, Bulacan. Okay,
Ayan,
Public Works,
detalyado
100 million.
yan.
Ongoing status. Yeah. Let's click and see title, Construction Flood Control Structure, Revetment in San Roque. Sino yung
Wala ba images?
contractor? Teka, tingnan.
Meron daw drone and satellite eh.
Wala siyang
I
dito. Not in this one.
I wanna, if okay lang kay Ronald, I wanna talk about yung sinabi ni Senator Ping, no? Because remember, last week we had Secretary Manny Bono on the show, and he told us na yung ghost project allegedly sa Sitio Dique in Nauhan? Was it
Nauhan.
Nauhan? Oriental Mindoro.
Wrong address daw.
Hindi daw yun ghost project. So it was, according to Secretary Bonoan, it was a miscommunication. Nagkamali lang daw ng coordinates. And then, Ronald, do you want to tell everyone ano yung reply ni Senator Ping doon?
Ang sabi ni Senator Ping na ghost project talaga yon at hindi lang yon. Mas marami pa. At kinokontest niya yung sinabi ni Secretary Boloan na isang distrito lang sa Bulacan yung merong ghost project.
Out of all the districts, out of all the districts, not just in Bulacan, but also the whole country.
So, medyo galit si Senator Ping Lacson nung pinanood niya yung ating Storycon. Ibig sabihin, may nanonood pala sa atin.
Yun yung takeaway mo.
Hindi lang yung nanay ko.
Sabi ni Senator Ping, pinalalabas daw sinungaling siya o kaya nagano,
Correct.
talpak.
So,
Kaya naiinis siya.
correct. So,
Sabi niya, tama daw yung mga tao niya, tama daw sila.
correct.
Yes.
So,
yes.
so now you have, he said,
Pero
she
takeaway kasi
said.
sa akin, pinapanood tayo. Isa pa siya.
Pinalaktandan niya.
Story ko na pinanood, di ba?
Uy,
Reg?
kahapon, during his interpellation at the Senate, he mentioned us twice. I mean, he didn't mention the show, pero nag-mention siya ng two things that he picked up from Storycon. Number one is, yun nga, yung alleged ghost project sa Nauhan. And he took offense at Secretary Bonoan saying na isolated itong problem with district engineers. And the second point that Senator Ping mentioned yesterday was Congressman Leandro Levista saying that, ano nga yun? What did he say? Alpha and Omega was one of 3 contractors that tried to bribe Leviste. So, na-mention ni Senator Ping yun. Pero yun nga.
Papa-shoutout ko sa kanya, Reg, sa next privilege speech niya, yung Storycon.
Sabi mo, batiin din niya, no? Batiin din yung...
Batiin naman niya kami. Pero that's, you know, it's rare and it's concerning, right? Because now you have a sitting senator and you have a cabinet secretary openly disagreeing with each other, each saying the other is completely wrong, right? So, I mean, whose word do we take for this, right? Pero yun nga, it's also concerning because alam natin si Senator Ping sent his staff to double check it based on the coordinates that were posted on the Sumbong sa Pangulo website. Excuse me.
Ano kung heckler lang, pwede i-contradict eh. Kung heckler lang.
Oo.
Pero kung senador, mahirap i-contradict.
Kasi pinadala niya, nagpadala siya ng tao doon, right? To double check. And wala nga silang nakita. That's why he tagged it as a ghost project, which Sec Bonoan was telling us na nagkamali lang sila. The coordinates were wrong.
I've been looking at the book, the
double,
contracts.
triple check yan ng mga staff ni Senator Ping Lacson.
Ano yun, Ronald?
Hindi yan house show lang eh.
Oh.
Na research. Talagang kinuha nila yan.
I've looked at
Sino
2
ba
projects
yung
ready.
DPWH na tinanggal? Bernardo ba yun? Yusek? Bernardo.
Kalalo.
Ang mga projects
Kalalo.
Bulacan din eh.
Kalalo. Ay, hindi. Iba yun, iba.
Kalalo is Batangas.
Oo, iba.
I've looked at least 2 projects already. In both projects, in contractor, no data available.
Ano data?
Why would that be? No.
Maybe they don't. Pero it's ongoing.
Ongoing started January 1. Ito ba yung first one? Yeah.
Gaano ka mahal ba yan? Baka yan yung maliliit
Ito
na
yung
ano.
100
100
million.
million.
100 million.
100 million.
100 million.
100 million. Totoo.
Unavailable.
Project cost, 100 million.
Dapat i-report nyo sa DBM.
Here, 100 million.
Flood control infrastructure.
Bakit walang kontraktor?
Yeah.
It's,
Or, I mean,
Ghost
it's
nga eh.
no data available.
oh, of the two I've looked at, pareho silang ganun, na no data available ang contractor. Of the two I've looked at so far,
It's also unfortunate, may unintended consequence to, because what I'm also hearing is marami naman legitimate and matinong contractors, right?
Yeah.
That are getting caught up in this because of the corrupt and the rogue ones, unfortunately.
Ilang percent?
Hindi ko alam eh. I just heard from some sources na there are some who've been contractors to the government that have done,
Yeah.
good work.
And for all you know, some of them, or maybe even many of them, do not earn as much as the politicians.
Yeah.
Sabi nga, di ba?
Kaya talaga naman,
Kalahati sa
20 to
politiko eh.
25 daw to the politician eh.
Oo. So minsan, the contractors
I
end up
agree,
scripting.
Reg, na hindi naman lahat ay corrupt. Pero ang problema kasi, pag institutionalize
Agonoy.
yan at systemic yan, ang hirap makakuha ng kontrata
Yeah.
kung hindi,
Yes.
kung hindi ka one of the boys, kung hindi ka part ng system.
Yeah.
Ito na,
Diba?
no? Contractor no
Paano
data
ka
available.
makakakuha ng kontrata? Paano ka makakakuha kung hindi ka papayag dun sa mga hinihingi
Yeah.
na tao sa gobyerno? Yun ang problema. Kaya almost everybody will be tainted. Whether maliit o malaki yung taint, matitaint sila kung systemic yung corruption.
Just like,
Kaya ang kailangan bigyan ng leeway yung ganyang klaseng mga tao na kung sakasakali will tell their story without being liable. Di ba? Na walang reprisal, walang parusa. Dahil kaya lang napakahirap patunayan yung, ay napilitan lang ako eh. Yan ang problema dyan eh.
yeah.
Yeah, tsaka
Kahapon
yun
sa topic natin na Ami, kung sino pa yung whistleblower sa customs, siya pa yung nakulong.
Yun na nga eh, yun ang nga sabi ko eh. Yung mga whistleblower yun yung nakukulong eh.
And you lose some of your freedoms when you do whistleblowing.
Yeah.
And
Kaya yung maganda yung reaction sa sa Pangulo dahil anonymous reporting. Pero once nagumpisa yung prosecution, kailangan pangatawanan yung kung ano man yung allegation na yun eh. So kung walang dokumento, it will have to depend on people testifying.
testimonies. The problem is, it seems like it could be another PDAF Napoles case, no, wherein who you end up jailing is not the most guilty, right? So it's not even now, even as early as now, it feels like ang maiipit are the contractors.
Tsaka, Rex, dapat maparusahan yung nagtatago ng mga dokumento. Maraming dokumento ang nawawala eh. Kahit papano, merong responsible doon.
Yeah, of course.
Dahil ang hirap
It's a
magsimula
web.
ng kaso pag wala kang dokumento. Kahapon nga sa hearing sa Congress, hinihingi nila yung dokumento doon sa mga EJK. Ayaw ilabas ng mga pulis, mga records. No? Either nawawala yon or ayaw lang na i-release dahil baka may ma-implicate. Dapat parusahan yung ayaw maglabas ng records. Whether ay PNP, whether yan ay DPWH. Dahil crime yan eh. Ibig sabihin, kasama sa krimen yan.
Yeah, it's a web, and as you said, systemic, right? And then I don't know if it's the case for you guys, Ami, no? Pero kami, we're starting to have a lot of trouble getting people to give interviews, right? Parang nobody wants to talk anymore now that all of this is coming out. And it's parang there's everyone is worried about the implications, about the fallout. So on the show, like today, for instance, we were trying everybody, the ones that have been accused of, kunyari, Congressman Leviste was saying that yung per his investigations, SOP sa kanila sa Batangas yung kickbacks. Right? He himself said it. So we're trying to get the other side of the story by getting Governor Vilma Santos, whose family has been there for a long time. So, but again, we keep coming back with the no. Hindi sila pumapayag for interviews right now. Even Richard Gomez, which Rappler implicated in a flood control project sa
And who had a tiff with
Leyte,
Magalong.
and who had a public spat with Mayor Benji Magalong.
Magkasundo na daw sila ngayon, nagyakapan na sila.
Oo nga.
Goma, saka si ano.
Yeah.
Ah.
Yeah.
Para pang alit pala ni Magalong, no? Pag mo kay Richard Gomez.
But,
Buti pa si Bureau of Customs Chairman humarap. Diyan mismo.
Yes.
Inside the lion's den.
in person. In person, we had the Customs Commissioner Nepomuceno here yesterday.
Siguro, kailangan imbitahin natin yung mga abogado na, no?
Mahirap kausap si
Yun na yung
mga abogado
yun na yung
Sure.
kapag ganyang may problema, ang pagsasalitain ng mga abogado. You have to
Yeah.
talk to my lawyer.
Exactly. For instance, we are trying to get the PCAB then, Philippine Contractors Accreditation Board,
the
kasi
board.
now it's coming out that they allowed the renting of licenses.
Selling licenses. Actually, that's the second issue. The first issue that came up several weeks ago was pinapahiram ang lisensya. This one,
Binibenta.
claim ni Ping Lacson, binibenta ang lisensya for up to, for starters, 2 million pesos.
But you know,
Malit yun,
again,
For contractor, malit yun.
again, one of our sources was told me that that's an age-old practice. Matagal na yun. Gawain.
Yung pinapahiram o binibenta?
Pinapahiram and binibenta. And it begs the question of, dumaan to sa, if,
Ba't ka pa nag-licensing? Pwede mo na palang hiramin yung lisensya.
because it's hard to get the AAA, quadruple
I know.
A status,
But
for instance, right?
But what's the point na lang of getting your license? You can rent this for for a year.
No, to make money off it. So,
I know,
yung
I know.
contractor will sell it to a subcontractor. The subcontractor will do the job and then pay the original license holder, right? So there's several ways to divide this.
Actually, ang daming nating nakikitang mga anomalya from different angles, from different levels, di ba? Ang mahalaga siguro, para hindi naman madismaya ang publiko, may makita tayong masasampahan ng kaso. For now, wala pa tayong nakikitang nasasampahan ng kaso eh. Di ba? Sana in the next few weeks, ay may makita naman tayo makasuhan. Para hindi naman ma-disenchant yung tao.
And the biggest message that the president can send there is, can we hold an incumbent lawmaker accountable, right? Does he have the political will to make that happen, right? Because from what we're hearing, from everything that's come out, systemic nga, and mukhang the problem starts with the insertions in the budget, right? Who got the money for it? Who asked for the money for these flood control projects?
It can be done dahil dati nga, former Senate President nakulong eh. At dalawang senators ang nakulong for several years. So kung meron kang political will, it can be done.
It comes down to your political will. Can you make it happen, right? And if it does, then that's the biggest message to send of all. Si former Congressman...
Thunder is non-bailable May isang pa yung kaso. Habang ongoing yung kaso, nasa preso ka.
And then the Supreme Court ruled na pwede palang bail basta humanitarian reasons.
Pag 80 years old ka na.
But anyway, that's a story for another day.
Si former Congressman Eric Buhain din, we tried to get on the show today because of course his name was dropped already by Congressman Leandro Leviste. Hindi tayo sinasagot.
Kagabi pa namin siya hinahanap.
Exactly. Pinapatay yung phone. So again, my point being, ang hirap na to try to get people to talk to us these days.
Medical leave.
Nag-medical leave?
Medical leave.
Sick of the world.
Medical leave.
Yeah.
Sick of the world. Hindi, pinapakontak na namin sa sports eh. Dahil yun yung mga kaibigan niya eh.
Anong response, Ami?
Wala. Hanggang gabi na. Wala.
Yeah. So it's I guess I just wanted people to understand na we do try. Hinahabol naman namin lahat ng everyone who's getting implicated in this flood control investigation. But it's honestly very, very difficult to try to get people now on cam, on the record, to talk to us.
Kaya tayo na lang nag-uusap dito.
Based on what
Paka-obvious mo naman eh.
based on what we
Pero
know.
merong kanina nabanggit niyo yung lifestyle check. May panawagan si Mayor Vico Soto We should challenge now the culture that admires
Yeah.
the ostentatious display of wealth.
Tama naman. In reference to the Nepo babies, right? Who flaunt their wealth on social media. Tama naman. It's become, I mean, the reason...
Kaya daw pinopost yan kasi maraming maraming nagla-like. Diba? Kaya nung hindi ba nung SONA, merong press release na wag daw mag-fashion show. Mukhang nagkalituhan, hindi malaman ng mga tao kung ano ibig sabihin eh.
At least
Ganun pa
tinigil.
rin. Ang mamahal pa rin ng mga damit na nagdatingan, ginawa lang nilang puti.
Yung iba kasi
Wala
nagpagawa
wala
na.
yung red carpet.
Inalis yung red carpet. Pero yung mga iba na nakakaintindi nung kinunan yung mga accessories na ang mamahal. Nadala pa rin doon sa sa SONA.
And
Actually,
then,
kung pupunta kayo sa Kwan, dyan sa Cubao, dyan sa dating Marikina Shoe Expo, ang gaganda ng mga damit na ukay, Mas maganda pa doon sa suot ng mga congresswoman, ng mga asapan.
Okay. Okay, ito po, para sa mga galing sa kuweba, RA 6713, the Code of Conduct
Ako
for
ba yun?
Public Officials and Employees. Hindi lang ikaw yun. Section 4A of 6713, public officials and employees shall lead modest lives appropriate to their positions and income. They shall not indulge in extravagant or ostentatious display of wealth in any form.
and their,
6713.
it says,
That's by law,
and their relatives, right? It's not just...
public officials and
Up to
employees.
the 4th degree sa relatives.
Does it say with the
Yung
including the
mga
relatives?
anti-graft laws natin.
Not in this law, baka yung anti-graft law.
So in the
sa
anti-graft law,
up to
kasama
the
yung
4th degree yung
relatives.
mga
Kasama yung relatives sa anti-graft law.
But then again, 6713
Hindi, yung
seldom
yung mga
used.
conflict of interest issues.
That they have to declare.
Yung doing business with the government where the person works. Hindi pwede yung up to the 4th degree. Kaya nga yung tinatanong ko kahapon sa customs Ang alam ko may ganun ang batas
So, sabi ni Customs Commissioner Ariel Nepomuceno yesterday, Ed, one of the first things he did was to ask for a list of mga employees sa customs.
The declaration.
Declaration pala.
Declaration from the employees. Na mga kamag-anak nila who might be engaged in brokerage or other businesses related to customs.
Because
Kaya
mukhang...
tinatanong ko, ano na nangyari doon sa order mo? Kukunti pa lang daw compliance.
Halimbawa, ito nakikita natin sa social media, mga pamangkin,
Yes.
mga pinsan, mga relatives, na ang babata pa, meron ng eroplano.
Yes,
Diba?
private jet
Meron ng
pa.
Rolls Royce.
Private
Paano
jet.
nangyari yun? Diba? Wala pa namang hanap buhay yung mga yan. Yung iba nga, mga estudyante pa lang. Yan, kasama yan sa dapat i-lifestyle check. Several layers ng kamag-anak.
Teka lang, I thought wala ka sa social media. How do you know?
Ano yan? Stalker yan eh. Si Ronald, stalker yan.
Sabi niyo wala siya sa social media.
Wala nga, pero stalker yan.
Ingat kayo. Wag
He
ka-
does not
di ba
show
yung
up,
dito
but
sa
he
background
looks at
may
everything.
Si Statler tsaka si Waldorf.
Ano na?
Statler and Waldorf
tsaka si
from the
Waldorf.
Muppet Show.
Yung hecklers ng Sesame Street.
But kaya nga, which brings us to the what's going on viral on social media now with the Nepo babies. So ang kwento ni so it seems like yung gawain, yung kalakaran sa customs is similar to DPWH, wherein sa DPWH yung district engineers, yung ibang district engineers, allegedly sila mismo may contracting companies or relatives nila yung may sariling contractors or parked under their relatives' names. Ganun din sa customs, which
Mga
is
broker yung
sila
ano.
mismo yung broker, nagbo-broker.
Oo, hindi
for
lang
these
yun. May
goods.
mga reporter din na nagbo-broker.
Pati sa media.
Oo.
Marami din sa media.
Of
It's
course,
systemic,
hindi lahat
no?
Hindi lahat pero medyo may notoriety rin yung ano
Oh, yeah.
yung customs kasi ang dami mga media media people in alam daming nagko-cover ng customs na media at saka media-medyahan.
Oh. Ano yung media-medyahan?
Kaya nga, define the media, ha, Ed, ha?
Like I said nga, hindi naman lahat eh. Merong media at merong media-median. Yung mga media-median, yung parang, anong diyan ulit? Yung mapagano nga, saan lumalabas yan?
Parang blog lang, ganon. But they get access.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the problem here. So yeah, it's systemic. It's a web. There are different parties that are complicit, and that's why corruption persists. That's the sad truth. Diba?
Ito lang, pustahan lang eh. Pustahan lang. Sino mga tiga DPWH ang walang mga mansyon? Walang mga luxury cars? No? Halos lahat yan meron. Kaya pag talagang seryosong lifestyle check, hindi ganun kahirap eh. Dahil fino-flaunt pa nga nila yan eh. Diba? Party sa mga mansyon nila. No? Kasi hindi siya tinatago eh. Hindi siya tinatago. Dahil bahagi yan nung sinasabi ni Vico Soto na kultura. Bakit ka pa yayaman kung hindi mo naman ipagmamalaki?
Correct.
Di ba?
It becomes an aspirational
bahagi yan
thing.
eh. Bahagi yan ng sistema eh. Pagmalaki mo.
And before this...
Pero marami rin siguro marami din namang matitino. Kasi I interviewed Vico noon eh. Tinatanong ko siya kasi he implemented a lot of reforms na naging mayor siya. Sabi ko, kumusta yung nung nag-uumpisa ka? Ano yung reaction? Sabi niya, actually marami daw natuwa na meron nga daw initiative from the top to clean up the government. Sabi niya, at nung nakita na seryoso siya, he got a lot of cooperation. Tapos marami daw na gusto nga na malinis yung pagpatakbo ng gobyerno. Kaya sabi niya, there's hope for sabi niya marami dyan sa government natin na gusto naman na matino yung serbisyo sa tao. Yan ang sabi niya. Basta nakita lang nila na mababack upan sila nung pinaka-bossing nila. Yan, it's very important na hindi sila sasabit kapag tumulong sila sa paglilinis. Yan ang sabi niya.
But it comes back to the question of who should lead the lifestyle check, right?
Sa ang utos ng Malacanang, ang sabi ng Malacanang, kung sino yung head ng agency. So I guess the lifestyle will start with the agency head muna para pag na-clear, saka mauumpisahan yung buong
Parang di yata.
the rest of them.
It's the same as saying,
He who is without sin, cast the first stone.
okay,
Oh.
I'll cast the first stone.
Sinabi naman ni Manny Bonoan, di ba, he's willing to undergo lifestyle check.
Sure, but it's also it's like saying DPWH should lead the investigation into the flood control mess, right? Parang hindi naman yata may disconnect.
Nakakatawa yun.
May disconnect. There should be an independent auditing body.
Ang DPWH siguro dapat independent.
Well, now they're thinking of an independent, separate body, right, that will look into all of this. Pero hindi lang natin alam if matutuloy. And the other thing about it is, what is the COA's role in all of this, especially in light of the fact that Senator Ping said COA was also complicit.
Meron ding may complicity. Yan ang Although hindi kasing lala nung ibang elements doon, yung mga bids and awards committee, hindi ganun katindi.
The bids and awards...
Kasi kung nagko-conduct ng audit, I'm surprised na nagko-conduct sila ngayon ng audit dahil buong akala ko talagang ginagawa nila, trabaho nila yon, di ba?
Ang reality kasi ang daming tao sa gobyerno who live in glass houses. Ingat sila mambato. Baka mambato rin yung kanilang glass house. No? Kaya kung makakahanap ka ng matinong-matino at matapang na matapang, then that's a good start. Pero yung hirap dyan, yung paghahanap.
Are we... some people are saying
hindi
that...
ganun karami ang Vico Soto sa gobyerno.
Oo. It's sad, no, that they seem to be the exceptions to the rule. Now, some people are saying si General Torre dapat yung mag-lead the investigation. What do you think, Ronald? Nawala ba si Ronald?
Ngiti lang, yan.
Oh,
Pag bumungis-ngis yan, ibig sabihin yan, no comment.
ibig sabihin he knows something.
Oh, read my lips or read my teeth.
Ang tingin ko, kanyan isang team. Baka hindi sapat yung isang tao. Isang team na, halimbawa, isang dating galing sa COA, dapat may civil society rin Pwedeng galing din sa church, pwedeng merong active na LGU, katulad ni Pico Soto, na ganong klase. Tapos meron din galing sa gobyerno. It has to be a team Dahil pag isa kasi, baka maging vulnerable sa pressures Maging vulnerable sa propaganda. So dapat it has to be a team, no? Na solid. At saka sabi nga nila, as pure as Caesar's wife.
So it has to be balanced, right? Representation from different bodies, different agencies para may check and balance kahit papano.
I never knew
Yes.
Caesar's wife was pure.
Kaya nga. Ikaw din.
Baka meron din galing sa media na pwedeng isama sa team na yan. Dahil marami kasing media, kabisado yung sistema.
Correct. Correct.
Kabisado yung sistema.
Naubos na yung oras
At
natin.
meron din silang network ng mga sources of information.
Tayo lang, naubos ang oras natin. Sige.
Correct. Except, yeah.
Hindi yung mga media na kailangan din ng lifestyle check.
Mauna na kami dun. You want to do a lifestyle check?
Ooh.
Let's go. We'll sign a declaration right now. We've never taken any money or gifts for a story.
Yan.
And let's also start from the top. Diba? All these people calling for lifestyle checks, labas yung salary ninyo. Of course, talk about government officials, salary yan Labas yung mga salary ninyo. Lakas sa loob yung
Kaya
lifestyle
nga,
check.
this is
Kung
why...
sisimula ka sa top, baka lifestyle check dyan, yung mga casual.
Mga casual. Kaya nga, whoever the next ombudsman, this ombudsman race right now is very important, right? So, nag-start
Yes.
na yung interviews today. We'll see who President Marcos ends up choosing. Because if I understood it correctly, the JBC, the Judicial and Bar Council, will interview. They'll give the
Yes.
shortlist to President
Shortlist.
Marcos, and then ultimately, he's the one who picks the
Yeah.
next ombudsman, which in itself is a bit of a conflict of interest, but okay, that's a story for another day.
For all it's worth, Reg, Ami, at saka Ed, at least napag-uusapan lahat ito ngayon. Can you remember na napag-uusapan ito ng ganito kahaba, ganito ka-comprehensively? No? So at least may something new dito sa ating landscape na napag-uusapan ito ng diretsahan.
That's true. We have to confront the problems. That is very true. Okay, I'm being told to wrap up. Sorry, naubos na yung oras. Thank you so much for joining Storycon today. Ami Pamintuan, Editor-in-Chief of the Philippine Star, and Ronald Llamas, a resident political pundit. Both of them coming to us live from the PhilStar offices in Parañaque. Join us again tomorrow for 4 p.m. for Storycon. I'm Regina Lake.
I'm Ed Linga. We are One News, all sides, all the time.
This is the Story Conference Group or the Storycon Group.